Okay, hi everyone. Here's a quick attempt to show you how I set the conditional activities up in the course you just went through. We are in the Moodle learning community and we are talking about conditional activities. So you would have read this and clicked on this course. Let me do the same. Alright, so what we're looking at is the course that I'd set up to demonstrate conditional activities. It's the first time I ever did it. It was quite a brain expander for me, if you want to call it that. One thing I learnt was that you have to really have a good mud map, mind map, butcher's paper type structure to how you want your students to navigate through if you're going to use conditional activities. Otherwise, once the students have done it, and I'm sure it'll pop up here because I have been practicing with a student, you can't change the conditional activities without removing that student's record. So as you know, the what are my assessments, you're looking at the teacher's view with editing on. What are my assessments was open and available. Right, anyone could get to that first. What you would have also seen was the authority to publish, the course rules and responsibilities, and the items in topic 2 was not available. So why was that the case? Well, the authority to publish, as you can see here, was restricted, not available until the activity what are my assessments is marked complete. I should have highlighted the whole lot. How do I make that happen? First of all, I had to go into what are my assessments and say what it meant for that to become complete. Because the authority to publish had a rule set in it that it would not be displayed unless what are my assessments was complete. So let me show that. So we edit what are my assessments. If we scroll down, right to the bottom, we have two areas: restrict access, so we did nothing here because it wasn't restricted, anyone could access it at any time. But the completion, activity completion, was where we had to modify it. So this is the error that I was saying because one person has already completed it. So I'm going to unlock the completion options. Scroll back down again. So there was no restriction of access, but we needed to say what it meant for this activity to be complete. So in the drop down, I said show activity is complete when conditions are met. Now I could have said, what were the other options? Do not indicate activity completion, so it doesn't need it. Students can manually mark the activity. Well, I don't want that for this particular reason. So the conditions are show complete when user makes a choice. Whether it was yes or no didn't matter as long as they had made a choice. So now that there's a completion activity there, what that meant was when my student went through and made the choice, authority to publish opened. So let me show you that one. The authority to publish has a scroll down. Now this one did have a restriction of access because we wanted them to complete the what are my assessments activity first. So you can see down here you can do it for grades and must be percentage. That's what I did for the quiz later on. It had to be higher than 80%, less than 100% for it to become complete. For this one though, the what are my assessments, so you pick from the list of all your activities in the course, had to be marked complete for this one to become available. Need to unlock the completion options again. So now that this one was available, the same option occurred to make it be deemed complete. That was show the activity as complete when conditions are met, and that condition was the user makes a choice. Same thing over and over again through this particular course. You can set it up. You can have multiple things become complete. You can make it so that the student has to complete activity 1, 2 and 5 before 7 becomes available. Because I had a linear pathway, I just picked the previous. So if my pathway was what are my assessments, then authority to publish became available, then course rules and responsibilities became available for my navigate to this website to become available. I could have here in navigate said that all three of those things had to be completed, but because it was linear there was no need to do that. Navigate to this website. What it took for the student was to navigate to the website. That's the only thing that it is deemed, that activity deemed to complete. For the student to be deemed complete in this activity, they had to, well, before it became available, there's the course rules and responsibility, but what they had to do was the student had to view this activity to complete it. That was it. One other thing that you will have noticed just then, you have two options for when it is hidden. Can the student see it grayed out, or is it hidden entirely? Grayed out, I guess, might be easier for a student to know that there is actually something there. Hidden completely was how I set it up so that the green word saying well done, here it is, was hidden until you had completed all the course. So that's the duck's guts of it. Duck's guts, there you go. That's the basics of setting it up. Bit of thought, that and this Captivate screen recording and this documentation, which is the documentation I use to figure it out, should get you 90% of the way. One thing you will know, I am the teacher. I can view a course report. The student can also view this, but they will obviously only see their own results. And for me, when I was playing with it, it wasn't working for the student. As the teacher, I can see it, and it can see when it's course complete. So here you had to do all 5 activities and you would have been course complete. For the student, in my experience just before, that wasn't working, so some feedback to see if it's working from you guys would be great in the forums. That's about it. Get in and have a play, and I hope this little recording has helped somehow.